Hey, ¿qué onda, porra? Bienvenidos a Desde la Porra. Hoy estamos aquí, Quique,
Su compa Tony.
Tony, and we have two guests today. SDFBros. Un aplauso, Tony.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you guys? How are you feeling? Well, your names first.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, I'm Vince. We're the SDF bros.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Rebrand. We got a little
Yeah.
rebrand.
Yeah, I'm Carlos too, and we are the SDF Bros. Longtime friends, just trying to get, like, I wouldn't say famous, but just trying to talk about soccer in San Diego. So that's it.
¿Y tú?
Me, I'm Tony.
Mr.
Mr. Tone Tones in the house.
Guys, welcome to Desde la Porra. It's an honor having you guys here.
Thank you.
Obviously,
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
The top group, I would say, right now, leading the young pack of what's it called, of like social media.
Yeah.
You know, you guys have been working with SD, also with SDFC, the team, and talking about that, guys. How did it all start? How did you guys come up with the plan, like to start because I know you guys have a podcast. You also do blogs in the stadium, but how did it all start? Like, how did this idea between you two, like, oh, let's just start doing this?
You want to go for? You want to do it or?
Yeah, I'll go. I mean, just a little like my background. I was kind of already doing like kind of sports coverage for my favorite club, AC Milan. So when I found out San Diego was getting a team, that was the first thing I thought was it's like, this is the moment to really capitalize on coverage for the club, and to be one of the first people to do it. It was definitely something that we wanted to try. And
Yeah.
I was telling him about it because we were playing soccer at SDSU. We were doing a little pickup game.
Yeah.
And I was telling Carlos, I was like, yeah, like I'm thinking about like starting like this thing and everything like that. He was like, yeah, I was like thinking about like doing like something like that too. Or like I'd want to like join in with the community and everything like that. So we're all like, all right, like, let's do it. And then his sister, producer Jasmine, who
like an icon.
she's an icon. She's a legend. Like she is, I could definitely confidently say she is the backbone of SDF Bros. She makes everything look perfect, spot on, ready to go, to make our content look as best as it can. So yeah.
No, yeah, she came along, and we kind of just started doing this whole little thing. And Vince's AC Milan page is a lot of infographics, graphics, just talking about the team, getting the word out, who's going to be signing and stuff. And that's kind of the approach we had in the beginning, was like, oh, let's just go and talk about SDFC as much as we can. So we started going to all the Chrome Ball tours to talk to people, and we would walk up to people and we're like, so what do you guys think about SDFC? What do you think about this? And nobody cared. It was so funny. Like, nobody cared, or nobody really understood what was happening. So me and Vince had to be like, well, how are we going to make a video out of people just being like, oh yeah, that's cool, like, we're excited. So we had to just figure out a way, and what we did was talk about San Diego, and like what it means to be a San Diegan, and what it means for soccer to be being played in San Diego. And then that's exactly what happened. Is we just started getting a bunch of people who were talking to us about like the reality of living in here. We were talking to, I think one of our first bigger interviews that we had, where I think was like the coolest one, was with his name's Bunny Kitty. He's an artist from Poway, and he grew up in skate culture all through San Diego, and he was just telling us how like he sees the culture shifting in San Diego from what it was before, it shifting in the same way that it was shifting for skating in San Diego back in the day. And he was just like, this is so sick, I'm so happy to be part and represent this. And then that's kind of when we started getting our idea, like, let's just keep like being the voice for like San Diegans through soccer. And with that, we've been able to, like I said, work with the club or interview a bunch of different artists who like outside of soccer wouldn't have been known, or maybe they were known, but just like the way SDFC has been able to give them their voice, or soccer has been able to give them a voice, has just been amazing. So that's our whole thing. That's
your whole backstory. From how you guys started, and then well, that's amazing. You've come far. How what is it, like a year, more than a year?
I'd say probably like little over 2 years, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because with the Chrome Balls, we really started before that. Yeah. And we were at the first like launch party that the club released and everything like that. And that was the moment where we kind of clocked it and we're like, there's something that we can grow here, because it was such a small community of people, right? Just gathered behind the badge, right? That's all we knew was just the badge. There was no jerseys, there was no players other than Duran Furry, which is kind of cool that now he's starting to get that chance in the first team now, when he was our first player. And he was there at the launch party. He was the first one, San Diego, born and bred. I think a lot of people forget that, but he is a piece of history, and that's kind of how I view him, kind of as like a fan, and from what it was at the beginning. And from that moment, that's when Carlos and I really clocked it to be like, okay, we need to talk about community, because like how he was saying, we would go to these Chrome balls. What do you think about San Diego FC? I'm not really sure, I don't know. Or then I think the real big break for us was when obviously players started to get signed, and then, you know, the new coach comes
Things
out.
just got easier.
You know, it got really easier after that. And then I think at that point we were somewhat established, but we then did the supporter group series, because that was something that I wasn't really familiar with, because I'm only familiar with European football. Right? AC Milan, right? That's just all I know, right? Of course, like La Liga and Premier League, you know, you're knowledgeable and that sort of thing. But I didn't really get the concept of like different supporter groups, right? Because for Milan, we're the Curva Sud. That's like our like ultras names.
Just one.
It was just one like faction, I guess you could say. But then SDFC, they have Chavos, they have Riptides, they have Dago Boys, you know, everything like that. So then I was like, why is there so many of them? But I was like, let's get like the backstory and let's actually get to know them and like why, like, you know, they're doing this. And then that's, I think, when we really started. We always like joke around. It's like we have the streets. Like, you know, like we have like the core solid foundation of SDFC, and that's the fans and that's the supporters. And I think the Frontera is almost like kind of like with us. It's like, yeah, like we're SDF bros, but I feel like we just want to be a voice for like the fans, and that's what I think ultimately like we wanted to capitalize on as well.
Yeah, I think like he said, it was just an important thing. Especially, we also got to interview Mikey Varas at one point because he was going to the Chrome Ball tours. And then that's when we realized like, okay, this club is different. Like they want to be out and be part of the community, and the way that San Diegans were approaching and treating like Mikey Varas or the players was really interesting, because it was like, yes, they're celebrities, but they're still one of us. You know what I'm saying? And so we're like, you know, we just need to find a way to be able to tell these stories about what's happening in San Diego in the best way that we can. And we don't want to ever be, and thankfully we've had a good season, so we've been able to talk a lot of good things. But I mean, there is certain things where we realize that there's going to be a point where we're going to have to be talking about the ups and the downs. And in one of our last podcasts, we ended up talking about the situation that happened with the ice stuff with the Frontera. And, you know, it's like things like that aren't always pretty, but like that's what's happening in San Diego. That's what's happening in our club. And so we have to stick true to our word and try
to say the reality.
Reality, and
coming,
and that's what it's always gonna. What we're always gonna want to do is be the reality of it. You know, just never sugarcoat anything. I think me and Vince have always been ones to be like, we're like, he talks trash about AC Milan. I'll talk trash about.
No, Chivas. I don't talk trash on AC Milan.
No. What I'm saying is like when they play bad, like you're gonna call them out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're gonna call them out. You're gonna hold them criticism. That's right. And that's something that we're gonna always do. And being so close now to Frontera, to the fans, I think we owe it as an industry that like Vince always says is San Diego FC is always going to be here. Whoever's in charge, like hopefully Mikey Vada stays, but players are going to come and go, coaches are going to come and go, office people or like the administration is going to come and go. The fans will be here forever, and that's who we're going to here to talk about.
And we got a couple of interviews with some of them actually from Frontera SD. We got Chavos, we got Dago Boys, we got Barra 18 with the Orgánicos, and
shout out Josue.
And Riptides. We had Riptides here.
Oh, shout out Matt too.
That's his name drop.
And they were telling us that they support the club, not just the one player. Because,
Right.
it was at the point where, this whole Chucky situation was
Right.
happening.
Yeah.
People were turning on San Diego FC.
Right.
And that's when you think about it. Like, so you were supporting San Diego FC just because of a
Chucky,
player,
right.
or were you supporting San Diego FC because you support the team,
Yeah.
And us, as we watch soccer and football, whatever, we watch it, there's going to be that bad season where your team is just going to suck. Like,
Right.
it's going to be in the
Right.
lower ones.
Sure.
Probably win some and just lose the whole season sometimes, and it's okay. And there's some people who don't understand that, and they're gonna be like, they suck, and it's like there's never gonna be like another, like, let's say, repetitive season of the first season, because we're never gonna be like that again. Probably, let's say we go in again to the playoffs, but we're gonna be sixth place,
Right.
but then we go win them list, and then also there's people are gonna say like, oh, we always want SDFC top, and
Right,
winning
of course,
everything.
of course.
But at the end of the day, it's not like SDFC is not gonna always win that. And I really think that people should support the team. How you guys say, don't support. O sea, if you have a favorite player, yeah, okay, everybody can have their own favorite player, but just support the team. It's how Carlos said. Everybody has like. Damn, I got lost. See, I was trying to make something
No,
up, but
yeah.
I got lost. But
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Uh-huh.
Just to throw
Yeah.
a little quote from Francesco Totti. He says, "Play for the badge on the
Yeah.
front, not the name on the back." And
Yeah.
I think that's just so.
or the titles on the right?
You know what I
mean?
Right,
Like
Real
the
Madrid,
Champions League.
Real Madrid, yeah,
Real
right.
the
Madrid.
Champions League badges or something like that. But regardless, it's like, yeah, that's the most important thing. And it's like, I think what I really want people to know is it's like how Carlos was saying, like, this club feels different. Like, they want the community really at the epicenter of the club. And I think ironically the logo, right, goes into like that planning where, you see the 18 lines, the 18 communities. And it's like, I believe SDFC has stayed true to those principles to this day, right?
Are you guys think we're gonna be, well, as a football fan, you think it's gonna be bigger than Padres at a point?
That's tough.
I would say yeah. Not right now
Yeah.
at this point because
Okay.
it's still barely a team that we're still barely doing history.
Mhm.
But as of right now, I would think most likely in 2 years or 3 years, I would say.
Yeah,
I know it's like short,
yeah,
but I know,
yeah.
but I could say that like little by little, there's gonna be like a lot of people gonna be supporting this team.
Sure.
Like as you guys say, not because of the player that they're
Right.
gonna be supporting. It's most likely gonna be as the institution regarding with the San Diego.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with him. And honestly, if we get a title before the Padres, then it's going to be
true.
undefeated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to be the first San Diego team to give the city a championship.
Mhm.
So I hope, like, knock on wood, that happens, right? But regardless, I think Padres has a definitely its hands on the culture of San Diego, and you could say like. I think Padres in the last few years have grown their culture. I think predominantly, if you were a Padres fan, you were a white guy. You were the white surfer dude from San Diego or the business guy. But Padres opened their doors, and now everybody feels like it. What's crazy now, though, is that you have San Diego FC that's different and has opened the doors to everybody right off the bat. And you do have the tailgating, and you do have these supporters where it's like, you are Riptides. You could be in your little friend group with Riptides. You can be in your friend group with Chavos or Barrio 18, whatever it is, or the battalion.
Oh, yeah, battalion.
The battalion. But when we're going to come together and support this team. And I think that's what's going to make this become something a lot more easier to chew on for certain people.
The casuals.
The casuals.
Right.
And honestly, the season isn't that long compared to the Padres, where it's like you have to go to every single game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is every Saturday night at 7:30. Come to Snapdragon.
Yeah,
And if
that's
not,
it.
go to and then, or you go to the bar. You know what I'm saying? And it's like one of the biggest things that me and Vince saw one of the very beginning. Oh, mi ceniza. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well, at least you went to church.
Yeah, at least I was just like, yeah. No. One of the biggest things was like, when like like maybe like 6 months into hearing about San Diego FC, we just started seeing shirts pop up everywhere. And it's like now sometimes you can't even go anywhere without seeing a San Diego FC hat, a San Diego FC shirt, and it's just crazy. And it's for me, I got family who's down in Mexico or in Las Vegas, and they're all like talking about San Diego now too, because it's international. We had Telemundo and everybody talking about San Diego FC because of
Thomas Mueller, if I'm not mistaken.
No, because of Chucky.
Oh
yeah. I mean, who's that America? The guy he's a news reporter. Yeah,
Morales?
but he loves America. Yeah.
Oh, el Brujo.
El Brujo. Yeah. Talking so much trash about San Diego. It's like, but whatever. Good publicity is bad publicity is good publicity. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, when did you ever think that we would be the Padres aren't talked about that worldwide, you know?
No.
Mexico's being talked about, like Mexico, they're talking about San Diego FC. We just beat Pumas, and I just saw on Telemundo
easy.
Tundon, whatever, they're sitting there saying, "Oh my god, wow, San Diego FC has a lot of fans." Like they showed up. And it's like, okay, well, for the average fan, and San Diego has such a home base for a lot of people, like for when you think of Mexicans, like San Diego's like that place. Right. Yes, LA's there, but like Tijuana's right here, San Diego's here. You have that cross thing, so it's like, oh, maybe I was thinking, like a Mexican fan, maybe I was thinking of being a MLS team. Which one should I choose?
Yeah.
But San Diego.
Yeah.
I got a cousin in San Diego. I got this. I got that. I'm 30 minutes away from the border. I can go watch a game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's just gonna grow us up. And like to your point, it's gonna be 2 to 3 years where it's
gonna grow. Yeah. And it's gonna grow.
We just need we just need an actual Mexican player again now.
Yeah.
Just to blow it up.
I think that's the thing where it's like, I think a lot of these fans, and what I've noticed, right, because I'm kind of like an outsider. I'm Italian, right? So it's like, with this whole kind of journey with SDFC, I've really got to learn what it's like to be a fan, like rather a Mexican football fan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you guys are very like passionate, and you guys are very connected to players, right? So it's like, I feel like when Chucky was the guy that a lot of, even a lot of young Mexican fans that we interviewed, right? They're like, I love Chucky. He's a great role model, which it's kind of crazy, right? There's different stories about that. Right? I think the optic, right, of it, right, when you kind of just look at it and everything like that, I think he means a lot for like young generation of young football fans. So that whole thing where me just kind of learning about the culture, it's like, it's so true that like all it takes is just one player to just gain a lot of fans. And I really do hope that this kind of next wave of Mexican players, someone really does become great, because it's like that one generation, it was like kind of early 2010s, right? That team that you guys all, like every single Mexican fan I talked to, they mentioned that generation, that golden generation. Guardado, Chicharito, Giovanni Dos Santos, that whole Guardado. Just era of players. Mexico needs that, and I'm hoping, and I do believe San Diego will generate one of those players, because of what we can take from like Tijuana and everything like that. And I think another thing, like Gil Mora, like just kind of makes me believe in that way more, because there is talent like that, right? Gil Mora's talking about going to Barcelona, Real Madrid, and he's how old? 16?
Yeah.
Come on, what are we saying? So it's like, I believe that type of talent is here in our home.
There is that type of talent, but look, there's a difference between MLS team Mexican player and the Liga MX Mexican player. Yeah. The Liga MX Mexican player, if let's say Real Madrid, puts out, I'll give you, I don't know, 900,000 per season, so you could come and learn and be in like our youth subs, youth academy, whatever. Hey, logo, let's say Cholos is like, well, I'll offer you 10 million to stay here again. Well, he's gonna decide for the money. Yeah. So that's the
Liga MX has a lot of money, surprisingly enough.
Well, I mean, they are sponsored by Caliente, which is their it's a casino.
So
it's a casino. The whole league is sponsored by casino.
It is a casino. So that's why it is that money. And all the teams are sponsored by Caliente. Right. So it's like, you get to show where the Mexicans, like in MLS, they do grow, but like sometimes in the Liga MX, if they're not doing that good, they'll be like, okay, just take a seat, we'll wait for you. And in MLS, if they're doing bad, they'll be like, push him up, like, okay, we'll put you in the youth and then bring you up again. But in the Liga MX, there was a Mexican player. Well, he was asked, but Musombito from America.
Was a bit- oh, okay.
Everybody,
So it was
oh my god, everybody would be like, oh my god, he's the best. And no, also, TV, Televisa,
Right.
okay,
They glaze America,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I
That's
told
what
him,
he was
yeah,
telling
yeah,
me.
yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like now, it's like I understand. It's I don't want to say like maybe it's political, but it's like that kind of like what it feels like. Whereas it's like America are like the golden child, if you will, of like Liga MX and Mexican football. So now it's like he's put into my brain like America for me is like how I see Inter.
Okay.
Right, like
Okay.
they're just evil. I don't know. I'm sure like there's a lot of great America fans out there.
No,
and
they're
we've-
evil. What do we say? What do we say to them? What did you learn?
Oh, chinga, America, chinga su madre. That's my favorite chant.
Hey,
So,
talking about chants, I saw the last video. You were like, "Kool-Aid."
no, that's what I'm saying. So I'm loving the Mexican culture and everything like that, where it's like I get to embrace that. But I will say though, I don't have a favorite Liga MX team yet, so I'm still a free agent.
Whoa.
I'm still on the market.
Three Chivistas here.
That's what I'm saying.
He is a Tigre. He's
I have a
kinda on
soft
the
spot for
fence
Tigres. I
Why?
have a soft spot for Tigres. So when San Diego FC played Tigres in the League's Cup when they were in San Diego Diego FC was kind enough to give us box
No,
seats.
it was not League One.
Or excuse me,
Cup.
League's Cup gave us
Yeah.
these
Okay.
box seats, which was super dope. So we go into the box and everything like that. We're watching the game, right? It's great and everything like that. Super cool. So then after the game, we're like, let's do some interviews like with some people. So we were kind of looking around and we see like next to our box, right?
Yeah.
Just Tigres fans.
Tigres fans.
And we're like, Carlos, like maybe they speak Spanish. Could you do an interview with them? He's like, yeah, sure. Goes over to the people,
yeah.
to the guy, and he's like, hey, like, you guys are Tigres fans and everything like that. Could we do an interview? He was like, no, I can't do an interview, but let me get my son to do an interview. We're like, how come you can't do an interview? He's like, well, I'm the president of Tigres.
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, okay, please go do your thing. So then we met his son and everything like that, and he had nothing but great things to say about San Diego and kind of just like what we're building here. But like, I do have a little soft spot for
Yeah.
Tigres just
Uh,
because of that cool experience.
Well,
Okay.
we always, Chivas fans, we talk trash to Tigres because they beat us in a final.
Right,
and-
right.
And
Okay.
we
Yeah,
also
that's
beat them
fine.
in a final, so there's like a little like,
yeah,
like a little rivalry
Okay.
there.
You
Can't hate
that big.
everybody though.
But it's normal in the
Right.
Liga. In the league,
Okay.
Liga
Right,
MX, it's
right.
normal to hate everyone. Everybody
Of
hates
course,
each
of
other.
course.
Nobody likes each other. So
Yeah.
and
Of
like
course.
talking about that, the barras, which is the supporter section,
Supporter.
let's say, nobody likes each other. So it's like
Okay.
kind of like here where nobody, like let's say LA and San Diego, they don't like each other.
Right.
And over there, maybe let's say San Diego and I don't know Portland respect each other, but like in Liga MX, nobody likes each
No,
other.
no,
Right.
Like
No.
like even if you're like Mazatlan, who have no
No.
supporters, like, they're still gonna hate on you. Like
Yeah.
like your team sucks and
Right,
stuff like
right.
that. So. But yeah, I
Interesting,
mean, yeah, we
interesting.
need to take him to a Cholos game so that way
I
he
would
can
love
learn.
to
Yeah.
go.
He
I
can
would
learn
love
the
to go.
real
I would
culture
love
of-
to
Experience.
go. I'd love
Pretty
to
much
go.
what is a Mexican
I'd
sport.
love to go.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know why Cholos doesn't do like we're doing a Cholos San Diego
Yeah.
game. We do it here,
Right.
but I don't know why.
We don't play in Tijuana.
Like we should do.
I
one
would
when we
love
play in
that.
Tijuana. I mean,
I'm sure they would.
I mean, they would get so many people to cross the border.
They would.
100%.
They would.
It's a little like it's a lot, but
They would, but I mean, seeing their stadium, honestly,
yeah.
They
Is it
might
bad?
look. You don't sit like in seats like
Oh, it's
we
like
have.
concrete.
Concrete
Right,
seats.
that's right.
Some are concrete seats. I
Okay.
haven't gone recently, but it's they have the what is it? The biggest TV in whole South America. So I'm like, okay, well, that's your championship.
but
I
it is a
guess.
vibe.
it is a vibe. It's good.
Yeah.
Different atmosphere.
We like
That's
it. I've gone there a couple of times, but we need to take Vince and
Bro,
we need to
I'd
take
love
Tony.
to.
He's
It's
never
It's gonna
gone.
be no. It's actually gonna be my first experience.
No
Also.
So-
way.
So, yeah, we should
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, we should go as
We
the
get Mekis
Anybody from anybody from the barra wants to go too.
not like that. Guys, we saw you interviewing one of the players, Luca Bombino. He's
Bombino.
become one of the best players, I would say, for San Diego FC.
Yeah.
He scored a goal against Pumas also.
Yes.
What do you guys have to say about him? How was the interview with him?
Yeah, honestly, that came out really organically.
Okay.
I I think Bambino's a great player, but what
Yeah.
makes him more than a great player is who he is as a person.
Yeah.
And the fact that he loves San Diego. One of the first things that when we were interviewing him was just like he loves San Diego and he loves the fans of San Diego. When we're talking about like, oh, like the something different about this club, like the culture or anything like that, he is the actual representation of something different about this club. He will go out of his way to make sure the fans are loved, and he loves the fans just as much as we love him. And it's so sick. We were able to get that interview. We sent him a message. He followed us. He's one of the first. Actually, Vince has a crazy story of meeting Luca Bombino, actually.
Oh, yeah. So, again, we got invited to the training facility for San Diego FC on part of Copa 90.
But that was like last minute.
That was like super last minute.
They called us like the day before. Like,
Yeah, it was
hey,
like the day before.
somebody was not there. You guys are there. Can you guys go just help do an interview?
And we're like, yeah, like, let's do
Yeah.
it. And obviously, funny thing, too, was it's like before we met Tyler Heaps. I was like, Tyler Heaps, I just need one Italian player. Just give me one, and I'll be happy with it. I don't care if it's Balotelli. I don't care if it's whoever. Just give me one, and I'll support them till the day I die.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's like, maybe whatever. So then, obviously, we signed Luca Bombino, and obviously doing, like, research, I found out he's Italian. He's from close to where my family is from in Italy. So it's, like, just automatically, I was just super attached to Luca Bombino because it's, like, I felt like that was kind of, like, how I wanted to be as a player, like young Italian. I'm playing for my hometown club. So we went to the training facility, and, you know, we're getting ready to leave after doing like a couple videos and everything like that. And I see Luca Bombino walk across like this hallway or something like that. I was like, no, that's got to be him, right? He comes down the stairs. I was like, oh, that's him. So this was maybe like 2 days after he signed for us. 1 day after he signed for San Diego FC, and we were there, and we got a photo with him and everything like that. And that was the moment, like, he, I think, followed us after that and everything like that. So it was just super dope. It was super cool.
Yeah, so then we just kind of DM'd him, and we're actually really good friends with his family too.
Oh, yeah.
His mom loves Vince. Is like talking, so it was just kind of like a no-brainer. And yeah, we talked to him for quite a bit, and he just is a really, really good guy. Loves San Diego.
Yeah.
Loves us. Loves supporting, and he says he just wants to be like embrace the community as much as the community has embraced him.
Yeah, because there's a lot of communities, also communities here in San Diego.
Right.
You
Oh,
know?
for sure.
Like, for example, we have Little Italy, we have the Mexican, we have, I've seen some
Filipinos.
French,
Yeah,
Filipinos.
yeah.
Also, there's a lot of communities here, and I think that's what makes San Diego the team, you know, SDFC, what it is right now. Also, guys, I saw, well, I've been seeing some of your vlogs now that we got to meet you and stuff.
Yeah.
And what's one of the craziest stuff that's ever happened to you while filming, or let's say just in the stadium, which was not on film? Like, you say, like, what the fuck, like, damn, like this was crazy, you know? Because, you know, many crazy stuff happen in the stadium.
Definitely.
Right.
And
We've seen a couple fights.
There's been a couple fights here and there. I would say definitely, probably, obviously the LA Galaxy game when it was in San Diego. That was like kind of crazy because it's like I never really seen like a stadium brawl like that or like anything like that. So it's like kind of like seeing that. Obviously, it was like a little like not sad or like it was a little heartbreaking seeing that a little bit. But then after, like, we were exiting the stadium, and it's like, man, LA Galaxy fans, they get a little hostile once they start losing.
Same with LAFC fans.
Same thing with LAFC. It's like just these LA, man. They come down to San Diego and they swear they own the place. But it's what happens when you lose to San Diego, I guess. You just get salty when you lose to the little cousins. But I'd say that's probably like one of the most shocking things, but nothing like crazy.
Yeah, hopefully so
really
far,
happened.
nothing right now. I don't think... I'm trying... I mean, there's been like crazy moments with us. I don't know, but I don't... Like, seeing something crazy, like... Just like, I guess the craziest moments is just like Chuki's goal, you know, against like
crazy.
that
was
stuff
crazy.
like that. I know we've run around the stadium a lot of times, like meeting fans or seeing people, but nothing like, thank God, has been like super like...
like shocking or anything.
Yeah, but a lot of... realistically, I think the biggest is like a lot of fights.
Yeah. I mean, it's normal, you know, it happens.
It happens in
Everybody's
football.
drunk and...
Yeah.
Drinks are flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Tailgating.
Tailgating. I mean, realistically, we've seen a lot of really good, wholesome moments too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where it's just been like just meeting people after another, just people who are helping each other out during the stadium, the games. a lot of people trying to stop fights too. You know what I'm saying? Which is really good. Like hey, let's not do this. Let's not put ourselves in that position.
Because at the end of the day, there's family, you know.
Right.
There's a lot of
Right.
family. There's kids trying to watch the game, and for you, like, imagine they push an old guy and he falls on the kid. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, and
No,
there's
no.
some, you know. I mean, but also, how is it interacting with the fans? How is it when you get recognized? How do you guys feel when you get recognized around the stadium?
It feels weird.
Yeah, it is a little strange, but then it's like I think we also just have to remember it's like, you know, like we're media too, and it's like what we're just trying to do is like really just put San Diego on the map.
Yeah.
And I think like people want that as well. So it's like I think we're doing them kind of like a service, I guess you could say. It's like you're representing us, so it's like I feel like maybe like we have like that, I guess I don't want to say like responsibility, but it's like it feels good that like people enjoy our content.
Yeah.
And it's like that kind of just like points us that we're doing the right things, and I think that's the most motivating part about
That's
it.
cool.
Yeah, I think the best thing that like people have told us is just like it's like I'll look up, say like I'm not home, so I'm trying to like, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't be at the event, so I wanted to see like what the atmosphere was or anything. It's like, and it feels like you guys are the only ones telling that story, you know what I'm saying? Or it's like, oh, when I look at your videos I can feel like I'm in the game, you know, or like you're representing me in some way. So a lot of people come up to us and they just, I would not say thank you, but they are kind of like, it's really fun to see your guys' point of view, because like that's how me and my friends would act, or I just want to see what the atmosphere was like during the game or during the away game, like what I'm missing out because I couldn't be part of. I remember there was this dude who was just getting us drinks after meeting us, man. He was just like, he was part of the video, but man, he like, thank you so much to that guy, but he was just like, just kept getting us drunker and drunker. But it's just like, like Vince said, I wouldn't say it's a responsibility, but I would say a lot of fans who do talk to us say like they do feel like we are kind of their voice, or like just their eyes and ears to the community to represent what San Diego is. And I think like, I know Vince doesn't want to say responsibility, but we do have like a responsibility to show it in the best light, because you never know who's watching. There's been a lot of away fans who like will just go and like try to look at highlights and will pop up on their YouTube, and they'll be like, oh cool, let's see like how their experience was, and then they'll comment like, oh my god, this was so sick, like you guys SDFC fans are so cool, like the way you're representing them is amazing. So it's like we have that to show to the league as well too, you know?
Yeah, no, and well, we haven't been recognized as fans yet. But we're always like, it's gonna be weird. I don't know. Was it weird first time you guys like, can I get a picture with you guys or something like that?
Yeah, it's a little strange.
The
but,
first time was like,
but it's cool. I mean, like, because
yeah.
it's like, I mean, we're just here to have like a good time. So it's like, I'll take a picture with anyone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's one of those, like, hey, like, you know, like, let's take a photo. Like, let's take a photo. Like, you know, that's how I kind of see it.
I think it was surreal because it took us so long to get to that point. I think,
Yeah.
like we didn't, and for us, it was never like, oh, that's what we were hoping for or anything like that. But it was just like, we knew people knew us, but not to that extent. But I remember the first time that I truly ever got recognized, I was at a Padres game, and some dude walked by and goes, "SDFC bros," and I was like, yes. And then we just walked by, but he just like did that, and I was like, that was the first time ever, and I was like, that's our Padres game, like that felt really cool, you know. But then after that, like a lot of times at the games, or you know, but it also didn't feel too crazy because we became really good friends with the supporters and the people that were really we wanted to connect with as much. They knew us right off the bat, and like we're not in any of the supporter groups at all, but I feel like we are connected a lot in ways to the supporter groups, and they all, I feel, I don't want to step on anybody's toes by saying this, but I feel like they do care about us in a way, to just try to tell their story as well as best as possible.
How you said, they came here, explained everything they do, everything, how the community connects with them and everything, and how all those supporter groups connect to each other to become Frontera SD, you know?
Right.
And, well, we're always at the supporter section, so we're always having fun there, you know?
Yeah.
You get drenched in beer.
Yeah.
It's the best. I love the supporter section.
It's fun. It's fun. We were there with the Pumas game also. It gets fun. And I never see like fights happen there, which is good. That means that it's how they say like supporter groups. Well, you know, I always said it. Media puts out supporter groups as they're the most dangerous persons
Like
in the
they're
whole
like
stadium.
ultras,
right? And it's like, no, like they're chill people if you get to know them, if you get to talk to them, and they never like disrespected us or nothing.
No, nothing of that.
No,
At the contrary.
When they were here,
they pretty much have been helping us regarding for anything that we need. Like, hey, are you okay? No, we're good.
Yeah, shout out to
you
like
know.
Mil Mascaras.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
We just
Yeah.
met him yesterday.
Yeah, for real?
Yeah, we actually did. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who's always been helping us and like, oh, you guys want to interview this guy? And yeah, he's been like a spokesman for us, you know.
Who's been
Yeah,
your
helping
favorite
us.
interview so far?
I can't say. You guys,
Good PR.
Yeah, no.
You know, everybody has
I
their
would say
own,
everybody.
their own
Yeah.
stuff. You know, everybody has their own story. So I can't be like, oh, these guys were better than this guys, because everybody has their own like
Backstory, pretty much like
all their vibe is like all different and stuff like that. So it's just fun, you know, getting to know, like, for example, we had Osito and Josue here from Barra 18.
That's definitely a different vibe, huh? Yeah.
Their vibe is like they were drinking coffee here, you know. They were just explaining the tailgates to us, how they started creating the tailgates, and then we had Dago boys here who was Louis and Ollie. They were here with Mil Mascaras. Well, Mil Mascaras wasn't here with everyone, but we had Louis and Ollie here, Dago boys, and they were just chill, talking to us, explaining to us a little bit more what was the you know, the supporter section and everything. We had Matt also telling us how it all started because of a party he wanted to do and stuff like that with his friends, and it started Riptides. And we had Chavos who they explained to us also their history from back then when they started and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I have pretty much a lot of respect for all the supporter sections, Frontera SD. In general, pues, I have a lot of respect for them because they really shown us. We are called Desde la Porra because we want to show that, you know, from the stands. Where there's a guy called from the stands. No, I don't know if you guys met him.
No.
Wait. I think
there's this one guy. I forgot his name, but he's called from the stands.
Does he have glasses?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's funny because he's from the stands and we're Desde la
La
Porra.
Porra, yeah.
The Spanish version.
He's like the
That's a
English
quick
version
collab,
of us.
yeah.
That's so funny.
So, but that's what we want to demonstrate. Like, what is it like the vibe being like in La Porra, in the barra, you know?
Right.
We want to demonstrate that. And we actually went to, I actually went, Tony couldn't make it.
Yeah, I couldn't make it.
To the February 14th, we went to a event they had for the supporter section.
Oh yes, the at the Colina del Sol, or no.
Yeah, the park.
The park, park, yeah.
They had a whole thing there. Where we all met up, and they all met up, and we got to film a little bit about how it was. You know, players appeared: Ciciniega, Dua, Bombino,
yeah, all of Bombino, Yalo.
Soma. Who else was there? McBay. I'm probably forgetting someone else, but there were some players who got there, and it was just a fun experience to be with them, just enjoy their preseason tailgate.
Right.
Osito with his big loud. He's like, nah, if nobody puts music, if I don't put music, nobody puts music. But yeah, it's fun to get to know a little bit more about the supporter section. Do you guys also? I know Ben said it. You guys like being at the supporter section. Do you think of filming more videos in the supporter section maybe this season?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like, especially like if it's a kind of bigger game or like even just a regular game, it's like I feel like the energy is the same. You know, it doesn't matter if we're playing last place, if we're playing, you know, third place, it's all consistent. And I feel like the supporters have shown the league that whole last season. So,
yeah, and I think we do want to get more videos in there as well too. But we do sometimes get a lot of people saying like, hey, come out to the other lots, to the other sides, you know, like. And I feel like we've done a lot of justice to the supporter side and kind of introduced them. And I think maybe one of our goals this year is just to get to the other sides of the lots. And we did make it one time to a different side of the lot. And it's honestly a different vibe over there, which is crazy. But like you have a lot of families playing like soccer, like the grass lots and everything like that. So that's one. But I know a different side that we do want to tell is like the away games, which I don't think we've been able to do lately. So we're for sure making sure that
we're going to be
also
about an away game to go to, because we haven't been able to film in an away game also because we don't know the vibe, we don't know what's that.
And the experience at the end of the day, pretty much going like with
everyone's going on a bus and everything like that, mobbing up. People tell us about the LA Galaxy game, right? The first game, the LAFC game away from home. Yeah. And obviously, you know, we won both, but but no, people just tell us the stories, right? Oh, like, you know, we woke up and then we hopped on the bus, and then, you know, they just tell us like these stories, and it's like that's like something like we want to live,
Yeah.
but also like document as well, so we could show everybody.
Yeah, and it sounds fun, when you think about it, like just waking up, how you said, in the morning and going out to another stadium, just
Yeah.
making San Diego heard from whatever stadium they're at, because
Right.
the LA Galaxy and LAFC supporters were, you couldn't hear them. We were hearing them.
Yeah,
It was
of
San
course,
Diego
of
from the TV. I was hearing more San Diego than LA.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's fun to go to. Let's hope we can go to. Also, not all the four of us. Well, we get to see you over there, but let's hope we can get out there finally and film something.
Oh,
you know?
for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I think it'd be important for all of us to
And the community, just
yeah.
how you said, people see your content and be like, oh shit, like, so that's the vibe when you go out to the
right,
supporter.
100%.
When you're with the supporter section and going to see San Diego in a
And-
different stadium.
Yeah, and I feel like it just gives people more confidence to like join these groups
Yeah.
because like I think one of the biggest things is like what I love about these groups, like you
Mhm.
said, is just like all of them are searching for community, and I
Yeah.
think it's so hard in our day and age. I was just talking to Matt about this the other day. It's just like it's so hard in our day and age to find community.
Yeah.
To find a group of people that are going to support you and treat you just like family. But if you're really just searching for it, like here in San Diego, there is one, and there's somebody for your community,
Yeah.
whether it be the Riptides, the Badia de Ciocho, or whatnot. Like, just come out and be part of a family that like I've seen grow in over a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you feel a part of it from day one. So it's important. I'm very grateful that these they've been so open to allow
Yeah.
people to come in and do this.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you guys can answer this. If you can, it's okay. We'll say no.
Yeah.
But why the rebrand to SDF Bros? Many people wondering, because
Yeah.
it was SDFC Bros.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know where you guys turn around. Different logo, SDF Bros. I don't know if you guys can.
No, of course. I
Um,
think Carlos can explain it a lot better than me.
Yeah, so obviously San Diego FC Bros, like we wanted to talk about San Diego FC all the way through. But like I said from the beginning, we started talking to a lot of different people about San Diego and then the culture of it. And so ultimately throughout the year of documenting SDFC, we started to realize that what we really want to do is tell stories about soccer in San Diego. We're always going to be talking about SDFC and what they're doing. But our goal and a lot what we learned is that we have a really big voice. And we want to we want to talk to the fans and tell everybody how soccer is impacting the culture of San Diego. So that's why we decided to change to San Diego Football Bros. San Diego Football Bros,
Yeah.
because we want to talk about how culture's evolving. We don't want to just sit here and only talk about SDFC. We want to be able, like we were just yesterday at a brand new park opening.
Oh, I saw.
At Adam Scripps, and just seeing how amazingly the community was able to come out because of a soccer field. So that was one of the biggest moments where we were like, okay, this is exactly what we want to document. We had just gone to maybe like 2 months ago to San Diego Muslim League. And it's a league that started off of a group of friends who are all Muslim, and they're like, well, there's not a group for us to come out. And they started off from, like, anybody can join the Muslim League, but realistically, if you think about it, when you think about soccer in San Diego, it's just a bunch of Mexicans,
Yeah.
it's just a bunch of this, and they felt kind of like outcasts. Like, how do I get that together? And they were able to start a whole thing. Now they have a whole league that they run through Poway. They live stream it, everything.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Official refs, everything like that. Just amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And like anybody can join. It's called the Muslim League, but then their culture is being shown through that. And so we were like, okay, we just can't just sit here and just only talk about SDFC. We need to talk about how how soccer's changing the culture in San Diego.
yeah.
We saw, I totally forgot her name. Jasmine would kill me if I didn't remember her name, but So Loca.
Yeah.
So Loca, she's a designer who literally was designing in Barrio Logan. She has her own spot, just doing designs. Big designer, by the way. I don't want to like undercut her at all, but now she's doing content for San Diego FC, designing for San Diego FC, designing for soccer brands, and it's like we just meshed fashion with soccer.
Yeah.
And so all of that is just like where we want to be able to talk about like how music is shaping it. We interviewed Little Maru.
Well, yeah, Lil Maru.
Another, it's like, and he's like falling in love with soccer as well too. And it's like, how is the culture in San Diego growing because of soccer? And that's what we want to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, about the designs, about the clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
They just had recently this
The fashion
show,
fashion
right.
show for to show off the San Diego new jerseys, new outfits are gonna come out for in the I don't know where they're gonna put it, making threats
Yeah.
probably, or just put them out in the stadium around. I've also known OG, the original Goodstock. I don't know if you him, and there's this other I forgot. Oh, Frames. I don't know if you guys heard about Frames.
I think
He's
we
a
have, yeah.
photographer. He takes pictures about San Diego and just sports in general in San Diego,
Right.
which I've seen you guys gone to also soccer, which is
San Diego Soccers? Yeah.
How was that experience?
Oh, I mean that was amazing. We have a video that's gonna come out soon for that
Okay.
too. But man, that was a great experience. And again, it's just like like people don't know, like the Soccers have been for San Diego for a really long time.
Yeah.
They're the
Like
best.
since like the 70s or the 80s.
They are the
like
when we talk about the first champion
Diego.
ever, it's Soccers.
Yeah.
I think even what's his name? Hugo Sanchez played for the Soccers.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I think Hugo Sanchez played. Yes.
I didn't know
No,
that.
I swear.
know.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we're gonna have to fact check that. We need a
Hugo
chat
Sanchez
GPT
played for
check.
the-
Need to check that.
No, Hugo Sanchez did play for the Soccers along with
Okay.
Landon Donovan.
I know Landon
Look it
Donovan
up.
did for sure. We're gonna do a live
but, like,
fact check right
I
now.
just want, like, for reals, like Soccers have been like the staple. They are 16
Yeah.
league champions.
Most titles in the indoor
Hey,
soccer
okay,
league.
this is weird though.
Yeah.
I just searched up Hugo Sanchez and it said San Diego Soccer straight up.
Oh,
Ball knowledge up top.
Hey, he did
Good
play
ball
for the
knowledge.
San Diego
He could.
Soccer, is it?
Yeah, see, so like they have
Wait, is
been.
he?
damn.
I'll
Say
put a
less.
picture right there.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
That's a ball knowledge.
So they have been like super important
Right.
throughout the history of San Diego. So it's just like important for all of us to go out, but we had an amazing time out
Yeah.
there. And now they're playing in Oceanside, which is a little
Right.
bit of farther away, but what a nice stadium,
Yeah,
man.
beautiful arena. It was one of those where it's like, shout out to the Chavos too, because we saw them there
Oh,
too.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
we
they
didn't
go
know-
out there too.
Yeah, we didn't know that any supporter groups were gonna be there or anything like that, and they just made the experience so much better because it's an arena, so it's closed. So even though it was just a good little pocket of Chavo supporters, it just echoed throughout the whole arena, and it just made the experience that much better. And then the game we went to was just crazy. There was like a goal line clearance that they scored at the end of the game. They had to do like a 5-minute VAR check and everything like that, and then it ultimately got denied. Game went to overtime. San Diego Soccers scored overtime and win the game. So it was a crazy game. So I can't wait until that footage actually comes out.
Yeah.
But no, it was great. So I'm really hoping that we can maybe even like amplify like their stories, because they're the godfathers of football in San Diego.
Yeah, but it's not even that. Like, yeah, Soccer's SDFC are like the pioneers, but I mean, we've talked to people and there's like street leagues that are just insane right now. Futsal leagues, Chicano Futsal League. We went out there to play, man, and there's these just ballers, kids ballers, and there's like league after league after league where it's just like games are happening just in your local, like I think, what is it called? Barrio League or
Which one? Escondido Football
no,
League?
Escondido Football League. Like, it's just a bunch of
Shout
like
out Motos. We linked up with them when we got invited to a tournament up in LA.
Yeah.
So we needed to like recruit like a couple guys. So we're like, okay, like we need to get players. So we went to Escondido Football League, and then we kind of like recruited them almost, and they played for our team and everything like that. And man, they got a couple ballers. So those are just more stories like we want to implement. And it's like, it's kind of crazy where it's like we're sitting here right now.
Yeah.
There's football games going on right now as we
yeah.
speak. You know what I mean? Like that just like is like super comforting.
Yeah.
and proper games, by the
Yeah,
way. Like,
yeah,
they're amazing games. Like, some of the I think it was like the Street Soccer World Cup. The team that represented United States was from San Diego. Like, their whole
squad?
The whole squad was from San Diego. Like, Marcos, I don't know if you guys know him, but he's one of the consultants for SDFC. Like, he put that team together to go out, essentially. I think he put the team. Yeah, he did, right? Yeah, to go out and play in the street soccer, and they were from San
It
Diego.
was
so
the youth team, so it was like,
Yeah.
I think like kids like under 12 or something.
Yeah,
like
he
that,
like
or
it's
something
just
like that.
it's just a lot. Like, soccer in San Diego has and always will be just like in a super amazing thing that's happening.
Huge potential.
But it's just blowing
what?
up now.
I know who you mean. I know who
Yeah,
you
yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Marcos. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He also like plays cross in the border. TJ. And
Yes,
stuff
yes,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
of
course,
yeah.
I know which one you're talking about. Marcos. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean he takes people like they just have leagues going on, or like it's just really amazing, and that's what we want to do is just tell those stories, man, because it's just crazy.
And I
San
think
Diego.
like now that SDFC's here, everything just popped up.
that
no?
exploded,
Like,
yeah.
Soccer
Yeah.
came out everywhere. You see soccer everywhere. Which before, not to like throw dirt at, but like we have the Padres, but you never see like, oh, there's this league of
It's a baseball field,
league,
you
and
know?
no here, no here. Like now with the ones you said, the soccer fields you guys went
Yeah.
to
Right.
yesterday, that popped up because it's how many of us grew up here
Right.
playing and just
We gotta
jumping
hop
over
a fence.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always
and
the hop over
schools,
the fence.
and like they would
Yeah.
come up to you and be like, you gotta leave, so
Yeah.
you'll be like, okay, let's pick it up, or
Yeah.
move the porterias around,
Oh,
and they'll
the
be
goals,
like,
yeah.
they'll be like, oh, you can't move that, don't touch
Yeah.
it,
Right.
blah,
Or
blah.
they'll be locked up or something.
and then you're like, oh shit, like now I gotta go find somewhere else to play, you know?
I think San Diego C is doing a lot for that and helping
Yeah.
out, but I do want to shout out council member Sean
Sean Elo Rivera.
Elo Rivero, because he is the council member for City Heights area, and now he has 2 brand new soccer fields in his district. So I think it's
Yeah.
just amazing that he's also
Yeah.
partnering with San Diego to make these things happen, because we all know how hard it is to build in San Diego and
Yeah.
do things, but he is somebody who's doing that and excited about this. And like he said too, just to your point, is San Diego FC has done more. Maybe he said this under wraps, but I don't know. But he said San Diego FC has done more for the city in 1 to 2 years than the Padres or any other team has done here for San Diego. So like props to all of them.
It's because I feel like the Padres are more like, let's get this money.
Exactly.
And San Diego's like, we're a community. Let's all get together
Right.
and let's just enjoy the sport. That's football, soccer,
Mhm.
And I think that's pretty much like good because they're gonna have now like World Cup. They're gonna have some
Oh, the
watch parties
Yeah.
everywhere.
Mission Beach.
So it's gonna like soccer's gonna pop up even a little bit more.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna-
can't.
it's gonna
Like,
explode.
what vibe is better than World Cup, summer, beach, San Diego? Like, what? Like,
Girls,
bro, I just need a beer in my hand.
Yeah,
and we're
just a beer in my
set.
hand. and we're actually gonna be for the first time in my life. They're gonna be at proper times. The World Cup.
I know, right?
Is that at like
Like
3 in the
5
morning?
p.m.
No, it's gonna be like
Oh,
it's gonna be after coming like after work. Like,
Yeah.
yo, we're probably gonna have some
Yeah.
games like all through the night. Like
Yeah.
that's gonna be so
Yeah.
perfect.
Are you guys planning on going to like? I know. Look, for us it was hard to get like tickets. We
Right.
don't have tickets, so we're just planning on going over there and being at the fan fest.
That's right.
Are you
Yeah.
guys planning on going to any fan fest? Like, let's say like Mexico games, like for example.
I think it
or
depends. Like,
Italy games. Also,
I
you
mean,
know?
Yeah, they're not making.
I need Italy to qualify, or else I'll actually jump out a window. I was 14 years old since I've seen Italy play in the World Cup.
Yeah.
I was 14. I'm 25.
We also need
Damn.
Iraq in the World Cup.
Yeah, we need
too.
Iraq too. We need Italy. So it's like, but no. To answer your question, I mean, we would love to do that. Obviously, we know there's games in LA.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe the closest city that's gonna host games. So obviously, if it's a good game, like if it's like respectfully, if it's like New Zealand versus Haiti, I'm not gonna be like, we need to go to this game.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But if it's a game worth, I guess, telling that story, then I think maybe like that's something we could do in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we want to, but I think we also want to talk about how San Diego, because our goal is to make San Diego the
Yeah.
LA of the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we want to be here and like anything we can do to hype up the World Cup in San Diego, because
Yeah.
I know it's gonna go extreme
gonna go
down here,
crazy.
like where we want.
Yeah.
We want to do it.
Well, we are planning on going to
Yes.
Mexico. No,
We
where
are
are we
planning.
planning? Guadalajara.
Guadalajara and also like,
Mexico City.
But just to be,
Fan
are
fest.
you
Fan
trying to get
fest.
tickets or
Nah,
go to
Fan
fan
fest.
fest?
No,
I mean, outside the tickets are gonna be
Tickets-
expensive.
I mean,
It's
Guadalajara is
really
gonna be great,
expensive.
but I'd be in Guadalajara 3 times this year.
I think Guadalajara, I mean, you know the place, Cantaritos Güero.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then dip to a fan fest.
That'd be so sick.
So,
It's a good
obviously,
plan.
we're not gonna film the Cantaritos Güero part. We're just gonna go straight
No, film
to the,
it.
We're gonna be filming when we all get older.
Yeah, picking up Tony. Like, let's go, Tony. You got it. We gotta go
Interviewing
film.
people. So what do you think? About
Yeah, so we gotta go to the fan fest. We're planning on going to fan fest in Mexico, Guadalajara. But we were really planning on hopefully getting a ticket, but we got denied again. So it's like, it's hard, you know. It's look, I'm gonna say it's kind of stupid because now they're saying tickets are not selling out, and it's like. You just revoked me 3 times. And
It's like, well, no shit. You know?
Like you're revoking everybody, so just let me get a ticket or something, you know? But yeah, we're planning on going to FanFest. Maybe LA also because USA plays there. Oh, I go for USA, guys. I go for USA.
You don't go for Mexico?
No. But that's like since being small, like that's just.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, I
know.
I've never.
Like
Casey Keller and Landon
That's
Donovan.
crazy.
Basically, like way back in time. Not right now. Like you changed.
So if USA and Mexico played,
USA.
Interesting.
Wow.
And you know what's the funny part? Well, now the haters, the America haters, they're gonna start saying, "Well, it's Chivas USA now." But I go for the most Mexican team in the league.
Yeah.
And I go for the USA.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's many people do be like, "What the heck?" Like you from USA now.
Okay,
Mexico?
question then. This is crazy. If like let's say just whatever miracles happen, lo que sea. If Chivas were to be the Mexican national team, like all the players from Chivas were to make it onto the Mexican national team, and they played against USA, would you still go against?
Yeah, I'll still go USA.
He's a USA.
I'm a USA. Like I like
You can't
USA.
talk to him. Like, going into
I
that.
go for USA because there's a lot of backstory in Mexico. Like Televisa.
No, obviously,
always
it's
the name comes
frustrating.
out
It's
there.
frustrating.
Players they bring, it's like, bro, like that player does not even have to be there and that's playing there. There's other better players in their position, and USA works their stuff. 2018 they were out. I've always said this. 2018 they were out of the Russia World Cup, but because they were playing with 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds. It's like they were bringing up this generation that right now Pulisic, AC Milan, he's one of the best players there. He's like McKennie and Juventus. He's also a starting 11.
He's their best player for sure too.
Who's the best American soccer player then?
Right now?
No, in ever.
All time.
In the history? I don't know. I mean,
who are you choosing?
For me, I would like me personally. Okay, me. I like Clint Dempsey.
That's valid.
I think that's better. I think
that's like those are some of the players that I watched growing up, and that's why when I play soccer, I choose being a forward. Because
no, I think Dempsey's the best.
Omar Beep from Chivas, and Clint Dempsey, and just like players like that who I saw, like Terry Henry and stuff like that. Those are players that marked their generation. But yeah, my favorite player from USA would be Clint Dempsey. I think running up would be like Landon Donovan and who else? I really like Tim Howard.
So
you don't
think Christian Pulisic is better than Clint Dempsey or Landon Donovan?
Heck no.
Okay,
He has to prove more.
I agree.
And he's cool, but okay. In AC Milan, he's a beast. He can speak even Italian. and then he comes to USA, he can't even touch a ball. Like, what the heck? Like, what's happening? Like,
I mean, respectfully, it's like Milan is going through an interesting period right now, and it's like even like it is kind of strange because it's like. When I started following Milan, like, we were dog shit. We were so bad. Like, we were getting 10th. We were getting 8th. Right? Because the season I followed Milan, we won the title. So I was like, oh, like, this is great. We sold Ibrahimovic for free to PSG. We sold Thiago Silva to PSG for free. We let Pirlo go to Juventus for peanuts. So I'm like, what's going on? And then, we're dog shit for a decade. And then we win the title. And then, Pulisic comes. And then I'm like, okay, this is just PR. Like we're just getting this guy because he's American and he's gonna get numbers. But no, he's been great, and it's like I think that the only thing it's like I think he is like there with those guys is because it's like he's proved it in the Champions League. Like he has a Champions League under his belt. He scored against Real Madrid, and I mean maybe I am a little Milan biased right now, but he's done really good in big games against Inter. In those matches. So,
but not big enough in the national team.
No,
not big enough in the national. I just don't think that the national team is like there to compete with guys like France, Spain, Germany.
Demonstrated against Netherlands in the World Cup. Where they played the quarterfinals. They lost 3-1. I was like, okay, maybe we could beat them, and then
there's always a chance. There's always a chance.
Then I started seeing the games play, and I was like, no, they're not gonna.
Yeah, but it's just I think it's just the same thing as like the passion from this group of USA players doesn't seem to be as passionate as. I mean, you had USA playing Belgium at one point.
and they were going like
and they were toe to
They went
toe.
to like
So I mean,
30 extra minutes.
yeah, you
in the
didn't
World
have
Cup.
that with I mean, even when they played Portugal too, man.
Yeah,
so
they played good, and
but I mean, you had players like Dempsey who were like
Josie Altido,
Yeah.
Bradley. They had Beasley, Loque, Bocanera. So
they were
it's like
just hungry.
Tim Howard still has the record for
Most
16
saves.
most saves on the
in a
World
game,
Cup. So
yeah.
it's like it was a crazy stuff, you know. And right now we don't even know who's gonna be goalie or stuff like that, you know.
Okay, so then from
Oh, yeah, I
your
was
point
gonna
of
say that.
view, how far do you think this USA team could go in this home World Cup?
We've never talked to a USA
Yeah.
fan. That's why I had
we used to have a friend.
quarterfinals. I feel
That's humble.
quarterfinals. They're at home. You know, there's gonna be now the round of 32, and then
That's
round of
true.
16, and then quarterfinals. So it's like you could probably face off, let's say, round of 32, third best team.
Yeah.
Let's say New Zealand.
Mhm.
That's an easy pass. Also, I'm not gonna say because I've said always easy pass, and then people come and comment when we're talking about Paraguay.
Yeah.
People come and comment like, no, don't just go by the name and blah blah blah, and then they get scored on, and they're like, yeah, you see, your team sucks. But like,
Yeah.
like, no disrespect like that, you know. But like, let's say New Zealand, they're not like a strong soccer.
Right.
So
No.
let's say that's an easy pass, and then I don't know, they go in round of 18 and they face, I don't know, an African team. Let's hope not Morocco, because they are hard. They go up against someone else, you know, like, and they go through, and now quarterfinals they face Brazil. Then okay,
Yeah,
we're
that's
out
just
now,
hard.
you know. And I feel quarterfinals is a good
Who's
place.
that Real Salt Lake guy?
Diego Luna.
Yeah. Do you rate him? Do you think he plays?
No,
Does he
I
go
don't.
to the World Cup or no?
He does good in the Copa Oros.
But do you take him to the World Cup? Sub?
Probably
Rotation
probably
player.
third rotation player. Like I don't.
But
think
do you think he makes the call up?
It's because his position is Pulisic position,
Right,
And
so-
you have who is it? By the other side you have Tim Well, so I don't think they're gonna like sit down Well or Pulisic or even up front with Balogun. I don't think they're gonna. Balogun just scored 2 goals with Monaco.
Against
Yeah,
PSG.
So you
Against
don't think they
PSG.
take him? Because he had a crazy. But when the boys said, "I don't want to play. I don't want to play,"
He stepped up.
He stepped up.
Yeah.
He did step up, but
But he's an MLS player.
what
We get
happened
it.
but like for real, what did he do in the MLS right now?
Right. No, nothing.
Like, did you hear his name after that?
No.
Like,
No.
that's how.
He was literally their poster boy.
So it's like they were just using him as how Ben said, PR.
Just a backup.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
PR
it's
is
Some
PR.
some players they put on the national team shirt and they just are a completely
Yeah.
different player. So I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those where he just got superpowers or something.
Yeah, and it happens with Mexico. You know, there's many players who have good PR. Jorge Sanchez has good PR.
Diego Lainez.
Diego Lainez has good PR. Who else, Tony? Who else would you
Antuna?
say?
I would-
Antuna?
Oh,
wait.
no,
He
come
hates-
on. National team.
Yeah,
good.
Antuna has a good PR. Like, he can even make us professional players.
literally.
That's how good his PR is. Good. Like, and then there's like players in Mexican team where you see them and you're like, why the fuck is this player even
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
professional soccer? He doesn't even know how to send a center. I mean, you saw Antuna versus Pumas.
literally.
Did you see Antuna?
He ghosted.
Exactly, you didn't see him. Like,
Hey,
that's
Luca
what-
Bambino, he kept him a little
yeah,
quiet.
yeah. No, don't worry. Everybody keeps it quiet. But Luca Bambino kept him like straight. Like you're
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
pass him.
Yeah.
Antuna, I bet you if he plays against one of us, he's not gonna pass us. Like
Yeah,
he's
like
like.
I don't know
Not
about
even
Vince.
if
That's-
Stupid.
But I mean, who else? What do you think, Tony? Mexican player who just has a good PR, like su representatives like this guy. Take him right now.
I would say
Quiñones.
most like
Oh.
To be honest, the one that I think that he has a lot of PR, I would say Jorge Sanchez. But regarding for that, it's more
You know who?
the
Henry
it's a
Martin.
well, Henry Martin, he's okay, but still not. He's a PR.
They want to
but
bring him over to
Yeah, and
San
no,
Diego.
I don't want him.
I heard. Is that a real?
No,
thing?
no,
Is that kind of
no.
just
You're gonna
like
see Carlos
are you-
celebrate like this as
Oh,
well. After hating him on America.
no.
Hey,
I
Hey,
always,
no, if he comes in, I can't hate. You know
I
what I'm
always
saying?
say
Yeah,
there's
but
no smoke without fire, but it's like that's kind of like I don't know. I feel like I just came out of nowhere.
There's
I
no
think.
point to. We already have in Vartson who's kind of old, and there's no reason to bring another older.
Yeah, no.
I mean, not somebody who's getting bodied by like what 19, 20-year-olds in Chivas.
Campillo had him on
Campillo.
check. So
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be such a good game.
So at the end of the day, why would you actually hire someone who gets like every time like injured?
Right.
Right.
Too.
So if you think about it, like it's gonna be the same thing as pretty much the situation that we're having right now with Chucky Lozano. If he later on argues with the players or regarding for like the manager, we're just gonna have in
another maybe
Yeah.
another. So why would you do that instead of actually like investing for just one player to be the face of
young
the
player?
Yeah, the young player. You should actually more invest with the team. I would
I
say
agree.
Look,
instead of actually just having someone to just represent your team.
Mira, Tony, this past weeks they've been saying out names just randomly. Henry Martin, Raul Jimenez, which
Yeah.
is Fulham contract's about to end. They've just been saying
Yeah.
like they're gonna bring you up, you know? So, like, they're just bringing up
They
anyone
should.
at this point. Like at this
So
point, they're
I
just
have
saying
I have a
anything.
question then for the Mexicans at the table here.
All right.
If you were sporting director of San Diego FC, you can get one Mexican player, no strings attached, nothing like that. You can just put him in San Diego FC.
Okay.
Who would it be?
Gilberto Mora.
Gilberto Mora.
Santi,
No.
Santi Jimenez.
Take him from Milan.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. No, that's not a crazy. It's not a crazy shout.
Santi Jimenez.
Santi Jimenez.
¿A quién te traes?
I could see. Yeah, like more reality.
¿A quién
I
te
would
traes?
say
¿A
Santi.
quién sea? Whoever you want.
Whoever I want.
Yeah, whoever you want.
Mexican.
I was gonna
Only
say
Mexican.
yeah.
Only Mexican.
So wait,
You're
Antuna.
gonna no, you're gonna say like no, what the hell, no.
Dímelo.
But I would say Hormiga.
El
Oh,
Hormiga.
he would be
Armando.
so good,
Yeah.
Is he
actually.
valid? He's valid.
I think he's even more realistic.
Yeah.
I think he's even more of a realistic.
He's the forward for Chivas
But
right
do you
now.
think would
Okay.
they spend a lot of money just to buy him?
No, San Diego C
No.
wouldn't. But I
No.
mean,
I mean,
but if we were
that's
really,
what I'm saying.
if
Like,
San Diego C really wanted a striker,
Hormiga. was-
Hormiga would be a great.
Really?
What's it
Young.
But I
called?
don't want him in MLS. Like,
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
what
want him
I'm
to grow. I
Yeah,
want him to
same
grow.
with me too.
See, you
Like,
know
I
what's
want
funny
him to
about
grow
Vince is
too.
he doesn't like. We look at players and we're like, oh no, leave. We want you
Yeah.
to grow. Vince is like with Luca Bambino, no, like stay. It's so
I'm a
weird.
little selfish.
He-
However, here's the thing. It's like I'm one of those where it's, I don't want Luca Bambino to leave now.
Okay.
Like I want him to like properly develop, and then I want him to go to like Serie A. I want him to go to Juventus or something like that. So,
But that's what I was telling him with us. I feel like with like at least watching Liga MX, we're just so used to players like coming and going or being like, okay, well, we're only gonna have you for 2 good seasons
Yeah.
and then you're gone. Where he's kind of, and I'm trying to explain that to him, and he's just like, no, but why would Liga Bambino? Why would Manu Dua leave right now? And it's just like because you want them
They-
to.
uh-huh.
That's just what you have to start getting used to when.
yeah, but could you imagine? It's like you build up their value right now because Luca Bambino is already like. You could probably sell Luca Bambino respectfully, 3 million,
Three.
5
Right,
million, give or take. Imagine at the end of his contract right now that he just signed. Imagine at the end of that, that'd be like 10 million, respectfully,
I was gonna
depending on where his development goes. And it's like we've seen 1 year of Luca Bambino, less than a year of Luca Bambino playing professional football, and he's already this good. Like,
well, you can't get rid of him right now.
Yeah,
not,
you
not
can't,
Dua,
you can't.
not Bombino,
You gotta
Ian
keep
Pilcher, not any of those players.
Yeah.
You cannot. You have to keep him. Like right now, you have to keep him and
Yeah.
have them end their contract and then sell them.
100%.
But
Yeah.
yeah, don't be selfish. Let them go. Let
them
them go. Let them spread their wings.
Oh,
They have to.
Uh-huh,
Like, you don't want Luca Bambino here till he's 30.
I don't know. Maybe I do.
I mean, there's we did talk to Luca De La Torre too. We talked to him
Oh,
once,
okay.
and he ended up saying like, we've traveled around the world like as soccer players,
Yeah.
and it is crazy to come because he's from here. It's like it's crazy to come back home and then realize San Diego is the best place to live.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It
it's
is.
kind of hard
Yeah.
to tell somebody not to come back to San Diego.
No, it is. It is the best place to live. You know, we have mountain, sun, beach, good beer, good alcohol, anything, anything you want, you
Tijuana,
find it in San
tacos,
Diego.
yeah,
Tacos
really.
across the
Yeah, we have
border,
the border,
good tacos
too.
here also. But guys, just to finish it up, any new projects you could probably throw out there? Any new things that you're like, oh, we're probably can throw it probably out there.
I think right now we've just been waiting for the season to start
Okay.
and then kind of just get back into the swing of things. I think we had a lot of opportunities at that very end of the season
Yeah.
where a lot of the things that we kind of wanted to cover or do weren't able to go because we were just like, go here, go here, go do that. Really sprung on us. So I think what our goal is kind of like take the season and kind of just approach it in like whatever's coming in front of us.
Yeah.
Like, let's just take it and go with it. But we want to do more like content with the fans more than
Yeah.
anything and just be able to do that. And I feel like towards the end of our last season, we didn't get to do as much as we hoped that we were going to do and all the plans that we had because we were just like in different directions, been like, oh no, we need you to do this video, you need you to do this. And I think one of our biggest things is we just want to get back to our roots and just go forward from there.
Fans.
Yeah.
All right then, guys. Well, thank you for watching. We have SDF Bros here with us. We'll see you guys in the new season of San
Oh,
Diego
yeah.
FC.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see
We'll
on
see you
Saturday.
around on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys gonna go to the tailgate?
That was good.
Yes,
yeah,
of course,
we'll
yeah,
be
of
there
course.
early.
Purple tailgate.
Oh yeah.
All right, purple activities. I see
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
Osito always saying that.
Yeah,
Purple
no,
activities.
yeah. So it'll be fun. A proper, what's it called? I definitely just
It's gonna be our first
show up.
tailgate.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be our
okay.
first
Don't show up
tailgate.
empty and with an empty stomach, man.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's gonna be our
Oh, man, I
first.
was gonna be doing that.
No, no.
But that's a good advice right
No,
now.
also everybody like you're gonna walk in there and it's the first one, so you're gonna be just
Yeah.
I think the game is sold out too. I
Yeah.
think it's a sold out game.
Yeah.
no
too,
again.
Oh, okay.
You
So
looked
it's
at it
gonna be
wrong again.
The
It said
supporter
sold out
section.
supporters.
so they be clickbaiting me.
That's why he's
Everyone's got to show out. Everyone's got to show out for this game, bro.
All right, guys, you know them, SDFBros. Make sure to follow them on their social media. You guys have Instagram, TikTok, or no TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok.
Yeah, Instagram,
Okay, Instagram.
TikTok, YouTube,
YouTube,
all
okay.
SDF bros.
We'll put it there at the end of of this podcast. And thank you guys for coming. Taking
No,
up
thank you for
a
having
little
us. I
bit
appreciate
of
it
your
so
time
much.
here.
No, no,
course.
more than enough.
And let's hope SDFC has a good second
Yes.
season.
Yeah.
Look, reality, not like the first season, but a good season right now.
Right,
You know.
right.
Well, thank you guys for coming. It was a pleasure for you guys to be here. I'm playing. You got the words on that. But it was a pleasure for us having you guys here.
Well, it was a pleasure
And-
for us to be here. So
And
yeah.
we'll see you guys around in the stadium.
Yes.
Just
We'll
maybe
see you
collab
Saturday.
around the stadium. See you around the stadium.
Definitely.
Remember to subscribe. Recuerden, suscríbanse, dejen like, dejen los comentarios y compártanlo con su ex, con su perro, con su gato.
Con su ex, that's cool.
Con su vecina, con
Con
cualquier
su-
persona que igual pueden ver.
Con su suegra, con quien sea, compártanlo. And we'll be seeing you guys around. Se cuidan y adiós. Desde la porra se despide with SDFC Bros. Bye. Y me equivoqué. I said SDFC.